So I wanted to share my guitar setup, how I get decent tones, and control my amp sims using a controller to basically emulate a pedal board all on a computer because I thought it might be useful information for people on a tight budget. First things first, I mostly use an audio interface because let's be real for a moment, these can go as low as $49. I can't say about the quality of the cheap ones, but my 2nd gen Scarlett Solo, which had a $100 price tag when I bought it in 2018, still works to this day. With the interface plugged in, we need something to output our audio to. The most cost-efficient option here is probably to use IEMs. These can offer great sound quality at an affordable price. My Moondrop Choo Choo sounds phenomenal and only costs $23. I've been using it for almost a year now without any issues. However, if you want to output to speakers, an interface will most likely offer left and right outputs for a speaker system. Personally, I would just save up to get monitors and stay with IEMs first. Big disclaimer though, the tone you hear from speakers, or any other output devices for that matter, won't sound like an actual guitar amplifier, because all amp softwares simulate the tones of an amp through a mic, which then your speakers or monitors output. If you want to hear your tones purely from an amp directly to your ears, or in the room tones, you'll have to get a real amplifier. As for software, I usually just use Amplitude 5CS since it's free and has MIDI support, which I will go through in a second. I've never felt the need to upgrade to the full version since for the music I play so far, this is enough, especially since they offer a Soldano for free, which I think is just crazy. It even goes to 11.
Well, it's one louder, isn't it?
You even get a wah pedal in here. Unfortunately, I don't have an expression controller, so when I actually need it, I just do it in post by automating the pedal using a DAW. But when I do want to experiment with new tones, I use Tonocracy, which is also free, and it's based on Neural Amp Modeler or NAM. If you don't know what NAM is, it's basically a free amp sim that uses users' captures of their amps and pedals, which you can get at tone3000.com. All you gotta do is download the capture, drag it into the list, and that's it. Okay, so this is probably the most fun part about my budget setup, and it's this Ampwave Chocolate MIDI foot controller. It only costs about $38, and I think it's a pretty great investment since it can control computer software and also multi-effects processors if you plan on buying one in the future. It also feels pretty solid for its price, and the Bluetooth works surprisingly well. To set it up, you'll need to download the software first so we can customize the inputs. You'll need to plug it in while it's turned on for the software to read it. There's a lot of ways you can customize it, but I usually just set it up with Advanced Custom Mode with 2 ways of inputting using this mode, step short or step long. You'll now see here that pressing and lifting quickly will send bank A while holding will send bank B, which are here. This is currently empty, so we'll need to set it up. The most obvious way is to toggle pedals. The way I do it is by adding a new input and changing the MIDI type to CC. Data 1 would be your CC number and data 2 would be the value, which range from 0 to 127. Since our goal is to toggle it on and off, we can just create 2 of these inputs with the same CC number, so 0 for example here, with values 0 and 127, basically off and on. We can now test it on our amp sim by assigning, say, a pedal with the foot switch we just set up. In Amplitude, we can just right-click a pedal, assign MIDI, bypass, learn bypass, and then stepping on our previously set up foot switch. Now we need to go to Settings, Control, Control Change, Preset, and we should see our previously assigned pedal. We then just need to turn latch on so we can actually toggle it on and off. And there you go, our pedal can be controlled just fine. We can then do the same for the other foot switches with different CC numbers. For simplicity's sake, I'm just gonna add 1, 2, and 3. Set it up just like before, and now we can control 4 pedals. Or anything for that matter, even amp switches. If we want to change whole presets, it's actually easier. I'm gonna be doing it in bank B, so the long presses. So just like before, we add a new input. This might be different for other amp sims, but Amplitude 5 uses the PC MIDI type when changing presets. Data 1 will be our preset value, ranging from 0 to 127. In Amplitude 5, the preset will be the corresponding value plus 1. So 0 equals preset 1, 1 equals 2, and so on. Say I want foot switch A to go to preset 1, so I'll input 0. If we press it now, it should go to preset 1. Nice. If you want to use your own presets, you can just go to your preset and then go to the preset number and then click it. It should give you an option. Are you sure you want to assign it to the current preset? Yes. And now you have your own preset on preset number 1. You can do the same for the other foot switches, and we can then assign MIDI to each pedal on our preset, so we have full control of our pedals on every preset. If you think that's not enough, you can change the program change A in mode selection. This will make foot switch A to D change the preset number, while E and F, which is pressing 2 foot switches simultaneously, will change the bang. So for example, it says 1A right now. If I want to change to preset number 4, it'll be in foot switch D. If I want to go to the next preset bank, then I'll do input F, which is C and D together. Now we can access preset numbers 5, 6, 7, and 8. This setup allows you to have 32 different presets. I just don't use it because, again, Amplitude 5 cuts the audio when changing presets, and do you really need 32 presets? Now what if you want to use your amp sim as only an effects processor and use a real amp? Well, you can do just that. We can utilize the output of our audio interface to input into the amp. Fair warning though, the audio that your interface is outputting is line level, which is different from instrument level that a guitar outputs. To make sure we're inputting into the amp safely, we can input to the effects return input, which bypasses the preamp section that amplifies the instrument signal to a line level. Obviously, this isn't ideal, especially if the amp's tone shaping is in the preamp section, but if that's what you're looking for, go ahead. This video is not sponsored by any of the products I mentioned here. It is, though, sponsored by my new Patreon page. If you like the videos I make and want to support me further, feel free to do so here. I hope you could find this video helpful, and thank you for watching.